Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. In today's video, I'm really excited because we are going to look at another one of Natasha Denona's mini eyeshadow palettes. She also released a mini Dream Glow Blush. So this is the mini version of her My Dream MIDI palette. And then she also released a mini version of her Cheek Trio. So I have both the larger versions of those palettes. I didn't review these on my channel because I had taken a hiatus from YouTube, and so I went back to see if I actually reviewed it, and I hadn't reviewed it, but I do have the MIDI, and I also have the Cheek Trio. So I did get these when they were released. I think they were released sometime last year. But I was really excited when she released this because I really like these kind of shades. And I also like her mini palettes. Now, I have quite a few of them. I might have shown you the ones that I have in my last review video. I'd have to go back and look at it, but I didn't want to bore you with that. I said in my last video that I don't purchase every single palette she releases, but I do have quite a few of them. And I don't purchase every mini palette either, although I have a lot of them. But this one spoke to me, like I said, because I really like the color story. So let's get into the background on this palette. Let me just get onto the Sephora site here. So as of today, as of the day that I'm recording this video, it's not sold out yet. It retails for $27. It says it is the ultimate cool-toned everyday taupe essential featuring Natasha's favorite eyeshadow, Nurture, alongside 4 tones and textures of that shade. It's free of parabens and mineral oil. It's also gluten-free and cruelty-free. What else you need to know? Inspired by Natasha's favorite shade from her best-selling My Dream eyeshadow palette, the Mini Dream eyeshadow palette is the ultimate cool-toned constellation. Perfect for on-the-go use, this palette showcases Natasha's signature highly pigmented, seamlessly blendable formulas, all beautifully sealed in her hand-painted design palette. With a range of neutral taupe nudes, this gem effortlessly creates looks from subtle everyday matte to full dreamy glam eyes. So I ordered mine from her website and I got 15% off, and this arrived yesterday. We had gone out of town for a few days and came back, and I was super busy yesterday, and so I made it a point that I was going to get around to doing the video today because I wanted to get up as soon as possible for you. It says the palette contains Devotion, which is a metallic medium nude, cool nude, Balance, which is a matte light taupe nude, Passionate, which is a metallic light rose taupe, Loyalty, which is a matte deep burgundy brown, and Nurture, which is a matte medium cool nude. Now, one of the reasons why I mentioned, I as soon as this dropped, I ordered it. It dropped on Christmas Eve, and I was, I was waiting for it to launch, and I was on Arizona time, and I figured it would be on New York time because I think that's where Natasha is, and I was waiting and waiting and waiting, and it didn't launch. And I was like, I know they're ahead of us. So I thought, is it 12 our time, 12 New York time? So I had gone to bed, and then of course the next day I did log back on, and I noticed that it was available, and then I ordered it. So I wanted to get it right away. I didn't even look to see if there was any repeat shades. Before I started the video, I did look on the back, and it does show what the shades are, and it does have one repeated shade. So I'll show you which one that is. It's this shade right here. So if you have this palette, the Nurture shade is this one. It has one repeated shade. Usually her minis have at least one repeated shade in them. Sometimes there's two. But I didn't even look to see. I just really like the color story, so I just ordered it. I can't tell right now if the mini is repeated because she just calls it highlighter blush blush. And in her, in the larger cheek trio, I looked to see if they had a name and it just says cream blush, glow cream base, and dream glow. So there isn't really a way, you know, unless I swatch them side by side, you know, knowing if they really do, you know, if they're probably similar, but they're probably not the same shades. One of the call outs that I like to give to Natasha Denona is she puts this little lip. I call it a lip, but she gives you that little piece right there, which is a nice touch because then you could just flick the box open. And, you know, that might not be a big deal to some people, but if you have any, you know, if it's hard for you to get boxes open, which I find boxes to be, these little boxes hard to get open, I just have to tear them open. It's just a nice touch. And then here's the palette outside of the box. It has the same dream design, which looks like ink is hitting the, being dripped over it. And then here is the color story. And I have my, my camera set to cinematic, so it blurs out the background a little bit. So it's the reason I don't do that every time is I find that when I'm trying to show product and I get too close, it'll see how it starts blurring the product out. I have to kind of back it up. It's like the camera doesn't know what to focus on. But here's how that's looking. And let's go ahead and swatch it. And so I will start with the shade that is repeated, which is Nurture. I'm just going to go ahead and just swatch them real quick for you. Actually, I don't think that is Nurture. I think Nurture is this light taupe shade. Yeah, it's super light. Okay, so there's the swatches. It's very pretty. If you like a taupey, nude, kind of like everyday sort of palette, I think you'll really like this. Okay, so let's just get into the application. I went ahead and grabbed all clean brushes. So here's the brushes we're going to be using. And I am going to start out with a Moda crease brush. This is a new brush that I got. I did an order with Moda and I spent over a certain amount and I got a free crease brush. And I've been remarking that I really like Moda brushes. So I've gone back to using them more recently. So here is the Nurture shade, and I'm just going ahead and putting that in my crease and kind of bringing it, I'm bringing it above my crease. And I just want to say, I mean, at least so far, it feels the same way that her larger palettes feel. I know sometimes when brands make mini versions, sometimes the quality doesn't feel the same. That's not the case with her brand. Her minis feel like the midi palette. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go in with this darker shade now. And I'm going to use a Refer 13. This is a really good brush for smaller eyes or if you have hooded eyes. And I'm just going to go ahead and start stamping that on the outer corner of my eye here. And just bring that in. So there's that shade. Okay. Okay, so here's the darker shade. So I just kind of went in the outer V. Now, despite the kick up in the pan, it's laying down nicely. I mean, I have my complexion products on. I just don't have concealer on yet because I want to do that last. And I'm finding that it looks okay. Just going to clean off this crease brush. And I'm just going to like just soften a bit of that darker, because when I laid down that taupey shade, it kind of lightened that shade a little bit, and I want to kind of keep that darker. Okay, that's the palette. This is what it looks like now that I'm done with it. You can see some of the kick up because I didn't blow any of it off. I wanted to show you what it looked like. So I'm going to go in with, let's see, I'm going to go in with this Makeup Forever black liner. And I'm just going to line just on the outer corner there. And then I'm also going to line just on the inside. You see how that's focusing weird? And this is why I don't like to do what that person suggested about the cinema and pulling it closer. If it's too close to the cinema, it just doesn't focus right. Okay, and now I want to, because we're doing Natasha, I want to use her concealer. And let me use my melt mirror here to do that. And I'll put the shade below for you if you are my shade twin. I love Natasha's concealer. It's so nice. It's great for mature eyes. And it really stays, it doesn't crease on me. So I can only obviously speak from my own experience, but I don't have any trouble with creasing. It lasts, it's hydrating. I haven't tried any of her color correcting versions, but I will also use it to like spot treat my hyperpigmentation, or if I'm having like redness or whatever, I'll also use it for that, and it works great for that too. And then for mascara, I'm going to go ahead and use the Patrick Ta. I don't know, does Natasha Denona have a mascara? I don't know if she does. If she does, I don't have it. So I'm going to have to use this one along with the Snort from my Boston Terrier. So, be back in a minute. Okay, so I'm back, and here is the mascara on. And this is Patrick Ta. So if you want to hear more about that mascara, I tried it on for and reviewed it on my Patrick Ta video It's the eyeshadow palette review, the Major Dimension 3, and I tried a bunch of his other products in that video as well. So if you want to learn more about it, I go into more detail of that try on and talk more about the mascara in that video. So we're going to move on to the My Mini Dream Mini Blush. Let's see if the Sephora website says anything about it. Now, if you want to get a little bit of a discount on her products, you can go to her website and then just use somebody's code, and I'll see if I can find one and put it in there for you, put it down below for you. So it says a soft hybrid powder, blush, and highlighter trio in a radiant matte finish featuring different tones and textures of the iconic mauve shade Natasha. Okay, something I didn't know about that. Okay, so here it is. It's really mini. Again, nice touch. You put the little lip there, so really easy to open. And then this, what's nice about this is it has that same feeling as the other, like the larger. So here's what the mini this is what the cheek trio looks like. And there's the mini next to it. And then I'll open up. So here's what they look like. I don't think those shades are the same. They don't look the same. So that's good. This is a great cheek trio if you're interested. But let's focus on this one. I'm going to clean off my brush. Okay, so I think what I'll do is I will try doing just the blush on one side and the highlighter, and then I'll do like, I'll swirl it and do all three together because you can do either or. So let's see what the pigmentation looks like. So that's how it's looking. Okay, so there's the shade. So very pretty. So very nice. I'm going to go ahead and swirl them all together and do it on this side and see how that changes. It looks a tad darker on this side, but I think it gave off some pretty good pigmentation. I think it's just a little bit lighter on this side and a little bit deeper on this side. So I'm just gonna, just so I could match both sides, I'm just gonna go over it with the blush side. See how that deepened it up a little bit? But this shade is beautiful. Really nice. Okay. And now I'm going to take my Moda Glow brush. This is also new and it's for highlight. And I'm just going to dip into this shade right here. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, that's really, wow, that really has, that packs a punch. Let's do the other side. Yeah. But it's very pretty. It reminds me a lot of this reminds me a lot of the larger cheek palette, like the shades. Very pretty. So I think I like to just go over a little bit with the cheek color just to kind of deepen it up a little bit, because I kind of went down a little bit on the side there. Okay, so that's the mini. This is adorable. This is super cute. Okay, now we're going to do the lips. So I did a couple of swatches before I started, and that shade right there. So this is the lipstick from that collection. That's what it looks like, right? There's a swatch of it. It's kind of on the pink side, right? I have a Natasha Denona liner. This is from her I Need a Nude collection. So there is the shade right there. And the name of it is Ilona. I also have a Charlotte Tilbury. This is Pillow Talk. Okay. So I did Pillow Talk next to it. So it's funny because Pillow Talk is a little bit pinker. I really think we could go either way. But since it's Natasha's video, I think what we'll do is we'll go with her I Need a Nude. And if you haven't tried her lip pencils, these are really nice too. It's just very cool toned, this shade. I would like to get more of her lip shades, her lip pencils. Okay, and here's the I Need a Nude lipstick. Very creamy. I really like this. And then here's the gloss from that collection. And that also has the same packaging. The gloss is super hydrating, and it has a really nice, like these products have a lot of pigmentation, and they're really like glossy, and they feel good on the lips. So really nice. So we so like I said, the only repeated shade in here is that shade Nurture. Of course, if you don't have the MIDI palette, then it doesn't matter. The MIDI palette definitely has, you know, darker, it's got some taupey shades. It has this shade. This is actually like a duo or trio chrome because it flips to like a green and it goes back to like a pink. There's a couple of really like, that's like a very orange type of shade up there, or coral. So you can see that this has definitely got some deeper tones in it. Whereas this is, you know, exactly how they described it. Like this is definitely a cool toned taupe palette. So that's what you're going to get out of this. The cheek palette is beautiful. Some people, I only watched 2 reviews of this, and I didn't even watch them that closely. Like I had them on playing and I could hear kind of what they were talking about as I was like I was taking down all my holiday stuff yesterday. And one person said that when you swirl them all together, you don't really get much color. You're better off doing like the blushes separate and the highlight. You could see I didn't really have that um, experience. So I think it really just depends on your, your skin type and your application. Um, I really think this is beautiful. I would definitely recommend it. When I got this on her site, out the door with the discount, it was under $40 for both of these. So I thought that was a really fair deal for that. So I will put a couple of codes down below for you. If you haven't purchased it yet and you're interested, why not save 15%? And I think if you buy both, you would qualify for free shipping. So why not? That's, certainly great. And then I would still recommend both of these, the original midi and the cheek trio from that collection. And I also love the two lip products from that collection as well. I don't have the lip pencil. I do still want to get the lip pencil to complete my collection, that I'd have everything. But I highly recommend this. I think it's a very beautiful, you know, a beautiful look. I think it's very flattering for mature skin, but I think anybody can, I think younger people could also wear this. But, of course, I'm always trying to talk about what's good for mature skin. And I think this would be very flattering. And I think you can also make it, you don't have to be as dramatic. I just wanted to use all the colors, but you could even create a nice daytime look with these shadows and not even have it as deep. You don't have to use all the deeper colors, and you could still have a really nice daytime cool tone taupe look. So, but that's my thoughts and the review of these two mini palettes from Natasha Denona. I think once again, I think she created something beautiful for us. And that's, yeah, that's it. That's the end of the video, friends. So if you're not already following me, please hit that subscribe button and join our little makeup family here. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and comment below. Did you pick up these palettes? And if you haven't, will you pick them up? Do you own anything from the My Dream collection? Also, follow me over on Instagram. I'd love to have you over there as well. And thank you for stopping by and watching my video and giving me your time. I really appreciate that. And I'll see you soon.